Cape Cod is experiencing a massive nutritional security problem here, and Jeni is out there trying to solve it.
Trying?
Yes, I think you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. I certainly don't do it alone.
No, you don't. Let's start with what your mission of Family Table Collaborative is.
So Family Table Collaborative started as a rapid response program to COVID. I knew good food was going to be an issue. So I didn't know what was going to be, like how long it was going to last or what was going to happen, but I knew good food was going to be a problem.
Right.
And so we just simply started gathering, fresh food, making prepared, nutritious, delicious meals for the community. And within 2 weeks of COVID hitting, we were distributing off the back of refrigerated trucks all over Cape Cod.
I mean, and like you said, we needed you so much, especially during that time.
Well, what's funny is, it started as that rapid response, but what we uncovered during COVID was that there was so much more going on than that.
Right.
And that people were really struggling getting enough real food, whole food, its nutritional density that they were lacking. And so COVID kind of ripped off that Band-Aid, but it exposed a much bigger problem. And that's why we became a full-blown 501c3.
Right, and that's why you're still here doing this every day.
Correct.
So let's talk a little bit about where are we? What's this building?
So we're in what used to be the Riverway Lobster House, one of the larger restaurants on Cape Cod. Iconic.
Yes.
80 years old this year,
Wow.
which is really astounding.
Yes.
It had a pre-COVID capacity of 304, so it was a large restaurant.
Right.
And Jason Cisco, the owner, came to me when we were about 1 year into doing the collaborative and said, look, this property, I believe, has a lot more it can do for the community, and I think you're the right person.
Yep.
And that allowed me to come up with a plan to move it forward so that we weren't just a rapid response program, but we became kind of really a community agency designed to create sustainable change.
Right. And like you said, you needed this building because you've brought us downstairs. You have the freezers, the refrigerators. You have this massive kitchen. You couldn't just do this anywhere. You really needed this space.
We to date have put out over 180,000 prepared, nutritious, delicious meals. And in addition to that, we've also rescued and put out over 70,000 pounds of fresh produce through agencies that interface directly with families. So we do all of this through a couple of different ways. One, we have our community partners, right? And what our community partners do as far as donating to us is we're partnered with all the local farms, the Fishermen's Alliance, the fishing and shellfishing industry at large, and Whole Foods Market is our largest community partner. We get a ton of stuff from Capabilities Farm, from Chatham Bars Inn Farm, Barnstable Organic Farm, but we also, Whole Foods Market, we take in about 100 cases of food from them a week, mostly produce. And that's really the game changer, is most programs can't take produce because of the level of immediacy that's needed to process it out. And also, we're almost 3 generations away from when most people used to cook, so a lot of people don't know what to do with it. They may not have access to spices. Transitional housing on Cape Cod right now, most of it has only access to a dorm fridge and a microwave. So it really is about listening to what the problems are and trying to solve them in a, not one size fits all area. Because that's what's really necessary in order to create sustainable change. So we take all of that in through our teams, our amazing small army of volunteers, which is amazing. We always need more, but we have north of 500 right now, amazing humans that allow us to do what we do. Some of which you can see in the background right now. And basically we take all that food in, we determine what we can use in the meals we're gonna make, we process that out, and then we determine what can we rescue that we're not gonna use. We clean it up and we put it right back out through agencies that interface directly with families. Whatever we can't rescue goes to feed the local farm animals, and whatever they don't eat goes right back in the ground right here on Cape Cod as compost. And the reason that's important is we're decreasing waste and increasing sustainability, and that has enormous environmental impact as well.
And it's full circle.
Full circle. We address the full cycle of food. And so then our community partners on the other side of it, how we distribute our meals is we're partnered with senior centers, councils on aging, veterans housing, low-income housing, the shelter system, and then we still do public distributions in a drive-through format, just like we did with COVID at the Hyannis Youth Center, and we're about to launch a Lower Cape public distribution as well.
I love that you'll be on both sides of the Cape.
Absolutely. Right now, we're currently born in Falmouth through Chatham and Eastham, and we're a couple weeks away from being all the way down through P-Town.
Wow. One thing that you really focus on here that's so important is allergens and getting food to everyone. So
Yeah, it's really, really critical to me. The reason I started a gluten-free food brand was because my sister and my dad had to be gluten-free. And so really, like food sensitivities and food allergens, people tend to downplay it, but it's critically important to a lot of people.
Yes.
So every meal we put out, when our community partners text us, hey, we need 119 meals next Thursday, it could say 6 gluten-free, 4 vegan, 3 vegetarian, 2 that are allergic to shellfish and cabbage, and 1's allergic to green beans.
Right.
And we are the only prepared food program that is free to the people we serve that addresses all of those allergens and sensitivities, and does so without compromising the quality or the flavor.
I mean, like I said, that's just so important, especially in a community that we're trying to feed people, and you want to be able to feed everyone.
Absolutely, and it's really important, and where you fall on that socioeconomic scale shouldn't dictate being able to get whole, real, good food, again, that helps you get the nutritional density you need.
For sure.
I'm here with Danielle of Whole Foods Market. Can you tell us a little bit about your partnership with the Family Table Collaborative?
Absolutely. So I first met Jeni a few years ago, and we started working together on a partnership with food that wasn't able to be given to food banks. So we donate to food banks 7 days a week. Anything that we're not able to sell, that we're not able to donate, was going into our grind to energy. So it's composting, and a farm picks it up and they use it on their farm. We still had food that was edible, it was viable, there was nothing wrong with it. So I partnered with Jeni, and we started an incredible program where anything that food banks weren't able to take, she comes and takes. The Family Table Collaborative comes and takes from us.
Wow.
The piece that I think is so innovative is that she is turning this food into food for the community. Right? So same recipients, it's still recipients of nutritious, sustainable food.
Right here on Cape Cod.
Absolutely.